Come and meet the right business partners and investors to diversify and expand. Set up your investment in Botswana and leverage on Botswana's proximity to the wider Southern African market. Our interconnected road, rail networks, coupled with bespoke infrastructural developments, make it easy for you to open shop, network, and trade in Botswana. These serve our economy and benefit our citizens positively, fueling economic growth and social progress. It is through reliable, stable governance and steadfast vision that we transform all our aspirations into tangible achievements. In a quest to make our country conducive for meetings, conferencing, and multi-sectoral tourism hub, we are more than ready to welcome the world to our shores. We invite you to be part of this remarkable African story, to witness the realization of the promises made and dreams fulfilled. Together, let us forge ahead, shaping a brighter future that is grounded in peace and harmony. This is Botswana, our pride, your destination. Dumelang and welcome to Botswana Kabula. Botswana, the essence of stability. We invite you to explore the spirit of strength and witness its profound impact on our people and the world. Our doors are always open for business in a safe, secure, peaceful, and thriving environment. This peace and tranquility allows our people to express themselves freely, fostering a society of diverse ideas and opinions. Our people are ready and waiting to host you with beaming smiles and enchanting song and dance. Driven by our rich history and cultural heritage, we are proud to share our stories with the world. Every narrative, every challenge, every effort, whether good or bad, shapes our collective identity. The beautiful, colorful, and alluring landscapes of Botswana welcome you. In this stable and majestic atmosphere, we safeguard our natural resources, preserving some of the world's most unique physical features. The sheer harmony between our people and nature is a testament to the sustainability and balance we strive to maintain for future generations. Come and meet the right business partners and investors to diversify and expand. Set up your investment in Botswana and leverage on Botswana's proximity to the wider Southern African market. Our interconnected road, rail networks, coupled with bespoke infrastructural developments, make it easy for you to open shop, network, and trade in Botswana. These serve our economy and benefit our citizens positively, fueling economic growth and social progress. It is through reliable, stable governance and steadfast vision that we transform all our aspirations into tangible achievements. In a quest to make our country conducive for meetings, conferencing, and multi-sectoral tourism hub, we are more than ready to welcome the world to our shores. We invite you to be part of this remarkable African story, to witness the realization of the promises made and dreams fulfilled. Together, let us forge ahead, shaping a brighter future that is grounded in peace and harmony. This is Botswana, our pride, your destination. Dumelang and welcome to Botswana Kabula. Botswana, the essence of stability. We invite you to explore the spirit of strength and witness its profound impact on our people and the world. Our doors are always open for business in a safe, secure, peaceful, and thriving environment. This peace and tranquility allows our people to express themselves freely, fostering a society of diverse ideas and opinions. Our people are ready and waiting to host you with beaming smiles and enchanting song and dance. Driven by our rich history and cultural heritage, we are proud to share our stories with the world. Every narrative, every challenge, every effort, whether good or bad, shapes our collective identity. The beautiful, colorful, and alluring landscapes of Botswana welcome you. In this stable and majestic atmosphere, we safeguard our natural resources, preserving some of the world's most unique physical features. The sheer harmony between our people and nature is a testament to the sustainability and balance we strive to maintain for future generations. Come and meet the right business partners and investors to diversify and expand. Set up your investment in Botswana and leverage on Botswana's proximity to the wider Southern African market. Our interconnected road, rail networks, coupled with bespoke infrastructural developments, make it easy for you to open shop, network, and trade in Botswana. These serve our economy and benefit our citizens positively, fueling economic growth and social progress. It is through reliable, stable governance and steadfast vision that we transform all our aspirations into tangible achievements. In a quest to make our country conducive for meetings, conferencing, and multi-sectoral tourism hub, we are more than ready to welcome the world to our shores. We invite you to be part of this remarkable African story, to witness the realization of the promises made and dreams fulfilled. Together, let us forge ahead, shaping a brighter future that is grounded in peace and harmony. This is Botswana, our pride, your destination. Dumelang and welcome to Botswana Kabula. Botswana, the essence of stability. We invite you to explore the spirit of strength and witness its profound impact on our people and the world. Our doors are always open for business in a safe, secure, peaceful, and thriving environment. This peace and tranquility allows our people to express themselves freely, fostering a society of diverse ideas and opinions. Our people are ready and waiting to host you with beaming smiles and enchanting song and dance. Driven by our rich history and cultural heritage, we are proud to share our stories with the world. Every narrative, every challenge, every effort, whether good or bad, shapes our collective identity. The beautiful, colorful, and alluring landscapes of Botswana welcome you. In this stable and majestic atmosphere, we safeguard our natural resources, preserving some of the world's most unique physical features. The sheer harmony between our people and nature is a testament to the sustainability and balance we strive to maintain for future generations. Come and meet the right business partners and investors to diversify and expand. Set up your investment in Botswana and leverage on Botswana's proximity to the wider Southern African market. Our interconnected road, rail networks, coupled with bespoke infrastructural developments, make it easy for you to open shop, network, and trade in Botswana. These serve our economy and benefit our citizens positively, fueling economic growth and social progress. It is through reliable, stable governance and steadfast vision that we transform all our aspirations into tangible achievements. In a quest to make our country conducive for meetings, conferencing, and multi-sectoral tourism hub, we are more than ready to welcome the world to our shores. We invite you to be part of this remarkable African story, to witness the realization of the promises made and dreams fulfilled. Together, let us forge ahead, shaping a brighter future that is grounded in peace and harmony. This is Botswana, our pride, your destination. Dumelang and welcome to Botswana Kabula. Botswana, the essence of stability. We invite you to explore the spirit of strength and witness its profound impact on our people and the world. Our doors are always open for business in a safe, secure, peaceful, and thriving environment. This peace and tranquility allows our people to express themselves freely, fostering a society of diverse ideas and opinions. Our people are ready and waiting to host you with beaming smiles and enchanting song and dance. Driven by our rich history and cultural heritage, we are proud to share our stories with the world. Every narrative, every challenge, every effort, whether good or bad, shapes our collective identity. The beautiful, colorful, and alluring landscapes of Botswana welcome you. In this stable and majestic atmosphere, we safeguard our natural resources, preserving some of the world's most unique physical features. The sheer harmony between our people and nature is a testament to the sustainability and balance we strive to maintain for future generations. Come and meet the right business partners and investors to diversify and expand. Set up your investment in Botswana and leverage on Botswana's proximity to the wider Southern African market. Our interconnected road, rail networks, coupled with bespoke infrastructural developments, make it easy for you to open shop, network, and trade in Botswana. These serve our economy and benefit our citizens positively, fueling economic growth and social progress. It is through reliable, stable governance and steadfast vision that we transform all our aspirations into tangible achievements. In a quest to make our country conducive for meetings, conferencing, and multi-sectoral tourism hub, we are more than ready to welcome the world to our shores. We invite you to be part of this remarkable African story, to witness the realization of the promises made and dreams fulfilled. Together, let us forge ahead, shaping a brighter future that is grounded in peace and harmony. This is Botswana, our pride, your destination. Dumelang and welcome to Botswana Kabula. Botswana, the essence of stability. We invite you to explore the spirit of strength and witness its profound impact on our people and the world. Our doors are always open for business in a safe, secure, peaceful, and thriving environment. This peace and tranquility allows our people to express themselves freely, fostering a society of diverse.
Clearly see you. Couple more people coming through. It's almost 2 p.m. So I suggest that we start. My name is Sidi Reng, or you can call me Seth Sirumola. For those that don't speak Setswana, Sidi Reng means just do it. So, which is something that I hope we'll be able to achieve this afternoon, sharing ideas and having the right conversations about mine to market value chain. But part of that is that we just have to get on with the work. and do it. So before actually start, I just want to build on what was said this morning, and before I also introduce the distinguished panelists here, just to say, reference was made to Vision 2036, which is a long-term plan for Botswana. Now, that is very important for us to also making sure that whatever we do, what we set out to do, is aligned with that. And one of the things that I will humbly request you as the audience and you as the stakeholders is to also just making sure that what we are setting out to do, there's a positive impact. Now, part of Vision 2036, there's a recognition that there must be transformation in Botswana. And part of that transformation is to ensuring that value chain development is a critical aspect of that journey. Because we realize that the previous initiative, we have not had the successes that we desired. And one of the reasons is that why you are here today. But anyway, getting back to this is that some of you remember that last year, the Botswana Mineral Policy was released. And as you might recall, the primary aim of Botswana Mineral Policy is to promote maximization of economic benefits to the nation while enabling investors to earn competitive returns, generate local employment opportunities, create a conducive environment for women participation in the mineral sector, and to promote value addition and beneficiation, as I said earlier. Now, today, in terms of the objectives, we are going to explore the potential of mineral beneficiation in Botswana as a means of adding value to raw minerals and enhancing economic diversification. Secondly, to discuss the opportunities for investment in Botswana's mining downstream sector. And also to acknowledge and identify challenges and discuss strategies to improve the mining value chain in Botswana. So let me start introducing my colleagues who are here today. Starting on my right is Gerrit van Rooyen. He's an economist at Oxford Economics Africa with over 7 years experience covering macroeconomics of several Southern African countries, including Botswana, Namibia, Angola, Mozambique, Mauritius, and South Africa. Gerrit has taken a keen interest in critical mineral mining and beneficiation, given the opportunities that the exploitation of this mineral holds for economic development and diversification in Southern African region. A round of applause to Gerrit. I also would like to introduce Dr. Bernard. I've tried a couple of times to pronounce the name. Just bear with me. Let me just call him Dr. Bernard. He's the founder and CEO of Germany, Switzerland-based Sinova. I must say, I have seen that technology in Belgium. It's actually amazing and largely used in the diamond manufacturing sector. The world pioneer in water jet guided laser technology. Sinova technology was incubated École Polytechnique in France or Lucerne, and Bernard championed its transition from concept to today reality. A round of applause to Bernard. Next on the line is Dr. Patience Mpofu. Dr. Patience Mpofu is the CEO of Insight Mining Expert, a consulting firm that specializes in ESG, and sustainability in the mining industry. She also advises mining companies and governments on critical minerals to support the transition to a more sustainable and circular mining industry. Her commitment to sustainability in the mining industry is exemplified by her role as global mining sustainability thought leader and a circularity strategist. A round of applause to Dr. Mpofu. And next to her, I don't think I need to read her profile. Nasim. Nasim is the managing director of Lucara, Botswana. You see, you get more claps. She has done an amazing job with Lucara, Botswana. And part of the work that she has done with her team is to try and shift the thinking within the diamond industry. And Lucara, Botswana has been very successful. And with some of the discoveries, and for me being a mining person, no, I really admire what Lucara is actually doing. Nasim, ladies and gentlemen. Next to him, Re Utusitse Sokamo, OT. He's an executive with 25 years mining experience in business development, strategy, operations management, technical leadership, and project management. So current role is process and product development manager at Botswana Ash. He's responsible for development of a portfolio of strategic growth projects, as well as leading process engineering team in providing technical support to internal and external customers. By the way, Resokama, a lot of people outside the mining industry that are interested in your product. All right, last but not lastly, I have Re Ulifile Cisco Mashabile, who is the Botswana Science Institute CEO since 2021, an ex-colleague, I must add. He joined BGI from the Botswana Mining Company, where he worked under different capacities in mineral resource management. So he is a well-experienced scientist in the mining industry, and Nasim can also attest to this. They are instrumental in terms of the long-term plan for that. If the geoscientists don't get the mining plans right, you can actually close the mine. That's how critical they are in terms of our role in the mining industry. So let me start, and I'm going to start with Gerrit on my right. Gerrit, you are an economist who has researched on critical mineral opportunities in southern African countries. Firstly, what are critical minerals? And if you can just add to that, what are the global trends and development you observe which are creating critical mineral opportunities in Botswana?
Sure, thanks.
Is it on?
Testing, 1, 2.
Huh?
Okay,
Yeah.
There we go. Thanks, Ed, for that question. First of all, critical minerals are the minerals that are critical to a country's economic development as well as their national security. With regards to national security, that would be the minerals that are used to produce weapons or satellites like that. With regards to economic development, that is when we're talking about the green energy transition as well as the digital transition. So that's related to this EU Global Gateway investment plan that we talked about earlier this morning. But a crucial thing about critical minerals as well is the fact that their supply chains are vulnerable to supply chain or to disruption. And there aren't any viable substitutes for these minerals. So that is why these minerals are now in sharp focus, because since the escalation in the Russian-Ukraine war in 2022, and also with the fact that there are concerns about a possible future China-Taiwan conflict, several countries, but especially the US and also the EU, are very interested in securing their critical mineral supplies, for the supply chains as well. This presents a great opportunity for African countries because African countries have large concentrations of these minerals. Notable examples include the DRC with cobalt, South Africa as large platinum group mineral, PGM deposits, the largest producer in the world. They also have large manganese resources and chromium, just to name a few. And what these consultations do is that they present African countries with a type of leverage to negotiate better deals or negotiate that countries from the EU come and invest not only in the extraction of raw minerals, but also in the beneficiation of these minerals. So that's where the opportunity lies. And of course, with the green energy transition, the EU is looking to invest somewhere around 300 billion euros in the next 10 years to promote renewable energies. And the demand for these critical minerals, which include battery minerals like lithium, cobalt, and nickel, the World Bank estimates that the supply for these minerals will have to increase sixfold by 2050. So really a big opportunity for African countries then to develop their critical mineral resources.
All right, thank you, Harit. And just bringing it back to Botswana, what then are the most promising minerals for beneficiation in Botswana?
Sure, so Mozambique, that's another country I cover. I mean, Botswana has a history of producing critical minerals. Specifically, there was a mine called the BCL mine, which produced nickel, copper, cobalt ores and also processed them. But then that mine went into liquidation in 2016 due to the poor copper price at the time. But luckily, thanks, since the improvement of commodity prices since then and also the renewed interest in critical minerals, there's now a company, Canadian company, whose name I forget now, who is looking into, restarting that mine, which is in the northwest of Botswana. There's also another mine in that area that's also going to be restarted that also, in addition to nickel, copper, cobalt, also produced some PGM metals. And there's also a company called Guyani Metals, which is currently developing a manganese mine. Manganese is also used in steel alloys and batteries. And this mine looks very promising that it will go ahead. There was also, about 10 years ago, there was a mine or a company that found graphite, which is also a battery mineral, close to Francistown. I think that covers it. I think Olefile might add to that later, possibly. But those are the main minerals that Botswana stands to benefit from.
All right, thank you. We'll come back to explore that space. And it is actually encouraging when you look at the mineral policy, some of those minerals are referred to. Therefore, it means that there are a lot of opportunities for mineral development and beneficiation in Botswana. I just want to move to Nasim so that we talk about diamonds. So Nasim, what are the main benefits and challenges of diamond beneficiation in Botswana? And what should be done to ensure that beneficiation is really successful in Botswana?
Okay, thank you. Afternoon, everyone. Thanks for the question. I think I'll start off with what are the benefits and advantages of getting beneficiation in. And before I talk to that, I'd like to talk a bit about Botswana.
Okay, sure.
And I'm sure you all know about it, but I'll talk about it anyways. I think if you look at Botswana, we've done really, really well in the mining industry. And as you can see, SET is a product of the mining industry. I am. So is OT. We generally all come out of the mining industry very well equipped, very knowledgeable, And that is basically mining, right? And that's who we are. We are miners as a country. But there is more to be made in a country than just mining the resource. I mean, we have the most amazing resource here in Botswana, and that's the diamonds. You know, in Jwaneng, Karwe mine, we mine type 2A diamonds, very, very unique diamonds, 1 to 2% of the diamond population in the world, and it's found here in Botswana. So we need to tap into an industry that is obviously not tapped into. We are really good at mining. We export skills. People love our skills. You talk about mine planning. We have the best mine planning skills here in Botswana, world-class mine planning skills, which we're exporting. We need to now get into the downstream activities and ensure that the country benefits the most out of it. So when we talk about the benefits of downstream, we've done really well in mining, and it's just the top of the cream. We want the entire set of the cream there. And you know, when you go into downstream, you talk retail as well, which is jewelry design, and obviously high-end jewelry as well with the diamonds that we produce. So the benefits that come out of the downstream activity, and I'm sure you all know this, but I'll repeat it anyways, it's around employment. It's a big arena to get into, obviously from a polishing perspective. We're good at sorting. I mean, Seth is really good at sorting. He does really good sorting there where he is. We do well at sorting, but obviously it's that polishing bit that we miners are not good at. So we need to get people in to start polishing our diamonds well, and it's about the entire value chain of polishing. It's not to get somebody just to touch here and there. It's the entire value chain of polishing. When I talk about the entire value chain of polishing, I'm talking about somebody that can meticulously polish a 1-carat diamond. Right now, anything 1 carat and below, India are the best in the world in polishing those diamonds. We should be the best in the world. We have the resource, and we should get those resources here and benefit from those resources, right? And when I talk about that, that's skills, right? So there's skills development is one of the benefits. So it's increased employment, there's skills development, upskilling the workforce right now. Right now we do polish, but we don't polish right the way through. 10.8 carats and above, what we produce, you cannot polish it in Gaborone or in Botswana. It's done overseas. We need to bring that in-house. So that's upskilling the local force and ensuring that the value chain remains in Botswana, right? And I think the third bit in terms of, you know, just us getting into the downstream activities. And when I talk us, I'm talking Botswana. So looking at what can we benefit from polishing. And there's an entire industry out there, right? It's design, it's high-end jewelry, it's fashion. There's a whole host of things that can come out of that. And with the spin-offs of that, we obviously then look at our tourism, right? I mean, we've got the best tourism sites here in the world in Botswana. And that actually comes in with high-end jewelry because people today want an experience when they buy their diamonds. They look at provenance, they look at experience, and we have the Delta here, we have so many, the pans, cradle of mankind as they call it now, right? So those are the specific places that we want to showcase. But through the industry, and sorry, I can only talk about diamonds. I know you talked about the other mining areas, but passionate about diamonds. And I think, you know, the other diamond that we can unearth is the actual downstream activities that come out of the actual rough diamond. And we haven't gotten that right. Why haven't we gotten that right? The challenges that we face is the industry is very capital intensive. The banks that are here, I see one person from the bank there, ABSA, and I think I saw Leslie earlier on. I hope she's here and listening. We need the banks to participate in the risk. Very intensive in capital. We are a cash business. For those who have other intentions, we don't keep the cash on site, right? It's all at the bank. It's a cash business, but in terms of it being a cash business, it's a very capital intensive business. Statistic that I use now, you know, in terms of just setting up in Botswana, I'm going to use India because they do it really well. India, it costs you 70% less to polish a diamond than it would in Botswana. So we need to capitalize on what other countries have capitalized on. We need to bring those expertise locally and benefit from that. So the banks need to participate. The government needs to participate, right? It's a capital-intensive industry, right, in the downstream activities. We need to make sure that the policies are set right so that companies benefit from it. For example, tax breaks and other policy changes to keep the wealth within the country again. It's about keeping the wealth in the country, keeping the diamonds in the country, and benefiting from what, you know, I've just been to Paris last week. If you look at the Fashion Week in Paris, my word, it's amazing. We should bring that here. And that's where we benefit from the diamonds, because diamonds are fashion. They're in fashion, they're a luxury good, and they're up there in the fashion industry. You know, one of the challenges that I talk about is provenance, and I'll get to the provenance, but maybe later on. But one of the key things that came out for me, I attended a high-end jewelry show there was not a single Botswana diamond or identified Botswana diamond in those pieces that I went to see. So for me, that is a big, big area where Botswana can benefit from. We have the best provenance in the world. And how do we get it to the ramp? Through making sure that we keep the beneficiation within. Obviously, beneficiation is keeping in. So we keep it in Botswana and we take advantage of the value chain. We've done really well at mining, and I honestly think that we need to do better in the downstream. And in order to do that, we need support from the banks, because obviously Botswana don't have the cash to get involved in that, and they need the banks to take them through it. I know it's a risky business, but I suggest that, when people are getting into the downstream activities, handhold them into the risky business as you would handhold somebody else. Like, let's talk about a clothing design retail store. Initially, people thought that was a high-risk business to get into. It's no longer high risk. Why? Because the banks gave those people the benefit of the doubt and walked them through the process. And I think this is an area where the financial institutions need to get involved. We need policy changes to make sure that when Botswana get involved in this, they have the best opportunity to actually get into the downstream activities. So for now, that's it. I have a lot to talk about, but I think I'll give the rest an opportunity.
Well, we have a lot to talk about, but I just want to follow up on what you said. I think, listening to you, we can talk more and more in the afternoon. What I wanted to check, I get a sense that one of the things that you are calling for is collaboration across the industry, not only the mining industry, the private sector. Now, what I wanted to check with you, from your point of view, what is the role of leadership in Botswana, the private sector? The policies are there, but the private sector, in terms of ensuring that we maximize value for the benefits of Botswana?
Well, I think from a private sector perspective, it's about identifying talent, right? That's what we do. Wherever we're sitting, whether in mining, manufacturing, it's identifying the talent that's out there and growing the talent, right? So it's about private sector taking lead of what policies I tend to disagree that you say the policies are there. They're there, but they're not robust, right? They're there and they need to be tweaked a bit. But yes, the policies could be in play, but as private sector, we need to take lead of a lot of the things, especially around the beneficiation aspect. The government can obviously do a bit, but we need to drive it, right? So, for example, if you look at the current polishing factories, maybe let's call it 5 years ago, we were able to buy jewelry that had a Botswana diamond in it. Right now, I can promise you, if you go out to the market now, we don't have that, right? And it's because, obviously, something went wrong with respect to the companies that were here. So as private sector, we also need to bring to the table the issues that the private sector are experiencing and raise it with the government. The government needs to understand the problems that we are having so that we don't find ourselves in a position where 5 years ago we were able to buy a piece of jewelry with a Botswana diamond in, and now we can't, right? Things are coming up again. We've got more polishing factories coming up. I think KGK right now is able to produce jewelry with identified Botswana. It depends when you buy the jewelry what you're looking for. You could get a Botswana diamond in there. But again, it's about making sure that the private sector takes the lead. And unfortunately for you and me, Said, and the rest of us here, we can't sleep on the job. Yeah. We've got to push the agenda and we've got to push it really, really hard. Because unfortunately, there is just so many resources in the government industry as well, where government cannot do everything. As private sector, we have to take lead. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Nasim. Before we moved on to the other colleagues, I just want to go back to, let's hear more about the technology and its role. And I'm going to go to Bernard around Sinova. Sinova provides laser-based solutions for the diamond cutting and processing. How does your technology enhance the quality and value of diamonds? And what are the advantages of using laser-based technology over a conventional one?
Yeah, thank you. So first, I want to explain what Sinova is doing. So we have developed a new laser-based technology to cut much more precisely and safely with a laser than with a water jet guided laser compared to a conventional laser. So we have built machines, designed and built machines in Switzerland, and have developed various markets for our technology. And one of these markets is diamond, We started 12 years ago with sewing, laser sewing of diamonds. And about 2 years, we have developed the laser shaping. This means it's the automated laser facetting of diamonds. So we cut all the facets automatically with our laser process. So we replace the conventional polishing, manual polishing with our technology. About 2 years on the first machines, now here are also here in Botswana. We have about 20 systems already running here in Gaborone in Botswana.
Sure.
So the advantages, first, I think it's the quality, the accuracy we can achieve with our system. It's a 5-axis machine, CNC controlled, so it's micrometer precise. And today, the precision is in the hand and the fingers, you can say, of the polisher, but in our case, it's in the machine. The machine is extremely precise, repeatable, and can run day and night. Then the yield is also higher, since the accuracy is so high, and we have a parallel cut, not a V-shaped cut, as a conventional laser. We can go much closer to the edge of the rough stone with the polished stone. And second, much more important even, we save a lot of material, because conventionally the polishing removes the material and you have only powder, diamond powder.
Yeah.
It has no value. But with the laser, we cut off, sections of the diamond, and they have still a value, either for other jewelries or for the industry. So we save roughly 50% of the rough material with our technology.
Yeah.
Then we have further advantages. It's very fast, our process. We shape a diamond, a 1-carat polished round brilliant, in less than 1 hour.
Yeah.
So conventionally, it takes weeks to finish a diamond. And the whole process with planning and scanning and everything takes about 1 day. So we are much faster, and that changes everything now for the diamond industry.
Yeah.
And then finally, it's very easy to learn, to operate the machine. You can learn it in a week, and in 3 weeks, you're an expert. Yeah. Whereas with conventional polishing, it takes a year or something like this to learn perfectly to polish a diamond. So it's very easy to learn, and the space is very small that is needed. You can literally build a diamond factory in a garage. We have done it in our company, and we have customers who have very limited space, and they have a whole factory in a few square meters, because the whole process is so simple, it's so much reduced, the individual steps. So there are many advantages for our technology, and it's really it's an opportunity now for countries like Botswana to go into manufacturing in a different way than in the past.
Thank you, Doc. I'll come back to you later. It is actually interesting on how and what you said around how you use the technology. Nasim referred to trying to polish less than 1-carat diamond. And it's amazing that, this so-called, you look at that, it's like a sugar, but you are still able to get 57 facets out of that thing. And that's really what the customers are looking for. I'll come back to you. When I come back to you later, one of the interesting is that there are some colleagues who are listening, there are some investors, youth that are listening to say, how can we encourage them to get into this space of laser-based technologies? But I'll come back to you around that. I want to go to Dr. Mpofu. Patience, your company focuses on sustainability in the mining industry. How do you ensure that mining operations are environmentally and socially responsible? And what are the really good practices that you have seen out there?
Thank you very much, Sid, for the introduction, and good afternoon, everybody. Now, before I answer your question, I just want to talk a little bit about the why mining and talk about sustainability and why it's important now more than ever. So firstly, let's talk about the positives of the mining. You have heard since morning, mining changes lives, right? Take out your cell phone. What's in your cell phone? You've got a battery. What's in the battery? You've got critical minerals that Harriet spoke about, right? You've got the screens on the TV. You do have some critical minerals there, electric cars. Even currently, the cars that you're driving, they have PGMs. I've worked in the mining industry for more than 2 decades, predominantly in the PGM industry. So PGM is used for autocatalysts. Then I moved into base metals such as manganese. Botswana, most likely, may be a superpower for manganese. Isn't that so? Right? And we can go on and on about critical minerals. And we know Botswana is trying to diversify their mining because it improves the lives of the people, it improves the lives of the communities, it actually makes economic sense. Now let me go on the other side. Why sustainability? Let's talk about how you actually extract that same diamond, that same manganese or cobalt or nickel or copper. You've got 5 grams, for example, and you've got 1 ton. That's what they call the head grade. I'm a metallurgist, by the way, right? So for you to get the 5 grams, you will generate almost 1 ton of waste. Just think about this. Where does that waste go? Then you're going to need water. Yes, you need water to drink, but you need water for the mining operations. And by the way, Botswana, in terms of drought, you need more water. You're going to need energy to smelt, like if it's copper or nickel, PGMs, you need to smelt it. You're going to need energy, right? Then obviously you're going to emit some carbon, CO2, which we call greenhouse gases. So what does it mean? What does it actually mean for the mining industry? That's where sustainability comes in. It's not about just doing business, profit, gone are those days. Sustainability is actually at the core of a mining company. It's at the core of governments, countries. Let's talk about the E, which I'll talk about ESG, environmental, social, and governance. Those are the matrices. When you are reporting on your sustainability, you report on E, on S, and on G. Let's talk about environmental, right? When you emit those greenhouse gas emissions, it impacts. We're talking of climate change. You've already seen the impact. By the way, Africa, especially Sub-Sahara, is at huge risk of climate impact. We are not going to be here if we continue the way that we do things. It's business unusual. We need to change. The way that we mine, we need to mine responsibly, right? Is Botswana mining responsible? Where does it fit in on the sustainability or ESG? How does it compete? Because Botswana is competing at a global level. So with Botswana, I'll talk about the climate. At this point in time, I'm actually pleased that Botswana, with it's actually one of the 4 countries that is said to be able to meet their net zero targets by 2050. So well done to Botswana. Yes, yes. Give a round of applause. I am so proud. 4. There are only 4 countries globally, and Botswana is one of those countries. So for now, Botswana, I am so proud. I am so proud of Botswana. But as we diversify and do more copper, and we do more nickel, and we mine more diamonds, what's going to happen? Are we going to improve on our greenhouse gas emissions, on our energy? This is the opportunity for Botswana to demonstrate it's a global superpower. It stands there, decarbonize the mining operations. And this is where we come in as inside mining experts. We help. We do a deep dive. We understand from mine to market what needs to be done, to understand how you can actually decarbonize, reduce your greenhouse gas emissions, use renewable energy, but most importantly, one of my passion is on circularity, and I'm going to talk about it later on. So thank you.
I think we should talk about it now. We are so intrigued by what you are saying. I think we should talk about it now. You can go ahead and talk about circularity.
So I think circularity is one area that is understated in terms of how it can solve some of the sustainability issues. I'll tell you a little bit about my PhD. So I've got a PhD in mineral processing, which was really on sustainability. I was sponsored actually by Anglo-American, which was De Beers, and I was really solving a problem for De Beers. It was in Venetia mine in South Africa. What I was looking at, when you mine, you dispose, right, that waste into the tailings. Now that mine used to produce a swelling clay, and my PhD was to manipulate the surface chemistry of these clays to ensure that you squeeze as much water from the tailings so that you can recycle more water from the tailings. That's part of circularity. How much water can you actually use in the operations and use the same water 100% efficiently without taking more water for communities? Because we need our communities to thrive. We need our communities to have water. It's important for us to ensure that the water that we take, we reuse that water and don't draw too much of that water. That's essentially what I was looking at. So that's circularity. Then when you look at the metal itself, so Botswana is going to move into manganese and copper and all these 9 critical minerals. Can you recycle those metals? And maybe I can ask my colleague with the diamonds, diamonds forever, can you recycle those diamonds and you don't have to mine more diamonds, right? Is that something that we can look at? So because even if we want to close the demand for the critical minerals, because we're not going to meet the demand for all the critical minerals, my colleague can comment on that. It's too much that we need for our solar, for all our electric cars. It's not going to be enough copper, not enough lithium, not enough cobalt. We won't have enough. We will need to recycle the battery that you have in your car, in your car, the battery you have in your cell phone. We need to recycle that. We need to become more clever. And I think Botswana is, because I've already seen the regulatory environment is amazing. Everything is great. This is the perfect time for Botswana to start showing the world that, you know what, we can actually implement circular economy business models for the new mines that are coming in. Thank you.
Thank you. Nasim, you wanted to explore that? Yeah.
Thanks. Just to add to that, unfortunately, we don't recycle our diamonds. A diamond is forever, dear, so you can give it to your child when you buy it. But that's another topic to discuss. But just coming back to the recycling and the circularity, you know, as a mining industry, we collaborate a lot. And, you know, we collaborate, we mine in the Boteti region, in Letlhakane specifically. We have very saline, we have a lot of water at our operation, but it's very, very saline. So animal consumption, no. Human consumption, no. So what we've done with Botswana at the Orapa mine is that we've collaborated. They have really good water where they are.
Yeah.
So it's water that humans can consume without any treatment or whatever it is. So we have gotten into agreement with Botswana and water utilities to supply water utilities the water from Botswana, while we take our water, that we're recycling by the way, for Botswana to use in their operations too. So there's a good collaboration in the area to ensure that we're recycling, and it's important for the mining operations to do that, because you can recycle within your operation, but if you have excess, what do you do with that? So I think, you know, and rightfully so, I think Botswana should be in the top 4, because these are the innovative ideas that we have within the operations that are functioning in those areas as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Nasim. Resokam, people are dying to hear from you. Botswana Ash recently launched a new strategy, Double in 5 Safely, which is aimed at propelling the company into an era of sustainable growth, innovation, geographical presence. How does Botswana Ash intend to achieve those targets and ambitions?
Okay. Good afternoon, and thank you very much for that question. Just to give a context to the question, for those who don't know Botswana Ash, we are a soda ash and salt producer located on the Makgadikgadi Plains in Botswana. So we mine a brine that contains a number of inorganic chemicals, which we then process to produce currently soda ash and salt. And indeed, we recently launched a Double in 5 safety strategy, which is an expansionary strategy looking at growing our business. Firstly, on the soda ash front, the market has been expanding over the years. Our facility has not expanded. So the idea is actually to expand our existing facility by putting an extra line next to the existing ones to be able to produce more soda ash. Coupled with that, we will be producing sodium bicarbonate as well, which some call bicarbonate of soda or baking soda, so both for food as well as animal consumption. And the soda ash that we are producing is mainly because what we see in the market, not only is it expanding, but there's also a desire to create more industries that can use our materials, our raw materials. So obviously, Botish cannot go into all of those industries, but we need to create a platform that enables these businesses to thrive. For example, the setting up of a business in Pique, which will produce sodium disulfate. It requires soda ash as one of the inputs, and is a business in Botswana. So this soda ash produced in our country will be able to be beneficiated further within our country to add value and create more employment. The strategy also is looking at growing the salt business as well. Again, our market has been transforming. Now it's transforming into an end user or consumer market. So currently we've been supplying in bulk or semi-bulk some of the salts that we've been producing, and only a little bit in the final processed product. So the idea is to grow the capacity from currently around 100,000 tons of fine salt and double it to 200,000 tons, so that it enables us to be able to not only access this market, but beneficiate our product such that it actually reaches the end user. It also, again, gives you more product for the region, for other companies to be able to participate in the value chain of those products. In this strategy, we will obviously be taking our communities with us in making sure that we don't leave them behind. And from a sustainability point of view, because there has been a lot of talk about sustainability here, water is actually a critical area and it's very scarce in our area. So we are working with the community, working with water affairs, working with water utilities as one of the ways of finding how do we get more water in our area to support the mining activity, but also to make sure that the communities do not go thirsty. So I think that is an important aspect of the next strategy as well. But I talked about the market in Southern Africa growing, and obviously the market over and above Southern Africa, if you're talking about Africa alone, soda ash consumption, 1.8 million tons of soda ash per annum. Production, 700,000. Being Botswana Ash and Kenya, only two companies on the continent. So it is high time that we grow and be able to access the rest of the African market as well, and then go outside of the continent in future. Thank you.
Well said, Oti. Let's move to Re Cisco from Botswana Geoscience, just to help understand that being a research institution that provides geoscientific information, what are the current and future research priorities for your organization, and how do they support mineral beneficiation?
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Said. Please allow me to also be biased because I happen to have grown in mining and in diamonds specifically. But let me not go there. Let me start firstly, who is BGI? BGI were Botswana Geoscience Institute. Were established in 2014 by an act of law. But we date very far. We are probably the second department to be established in Bechuanaland. You can hear why I'm saying Bechuanaland, because we were geological survey. Some of you will know it. So it was the second, I think after state president department. Yeah. So we have over 70 years of mining experience, exploration experience, prospecting experience, and mineral experience. Our role is simple. We have to facilitate prospecting and exploration in the company, in Botswana and globally. How are we rated globally? In 2022, we improved from 32% of the best practice mineral potential index. It moved to 70%. I think it's amongst the top 10. So what are we doing and doing differently? Because today is all about what are we disrupting, but disrupting positively. Through the government, they re-looked at the mineral policy that you just talked about. So our indices are 4 coming together to what makes up the 75. So our attractiveness index as a country has always been in the 90s. After the revision of the mineral policy, of course, it shot to 95. It's probably a record breaker in the world. So why do we have to come to Botswana when we are looking for minerals? Allow me to be biased. We've got every mineral you can imagine. But for over 54 years of mining here, we've been doing diamonds and copper to some extent, some coal, and of course, salt. Yeah. So let me also make sure that I can guarantee you we have an additional 100 years plus of mining the same resources. Yeah. So I'm moving away from that. So going back, there was a question on critical minerals. I think he did well, my peer. And I can confirm that for critical minerals in Botswana, the only one that we have mined is copper. That whole list of critical minerals, we haven't actually touched them. Manganese of recent, there is a discovery in Kanye. Probably the second biggest in Africa, in Kanye. So very soon, we should be hearing about opening a manganese mine in Kanye. And then she talked about platinum group minerals. We've got plenty in the Rantsi-Chobe belt. I can confirm that as we speak, we have more than 600 active, I'll talk about active, prospecting licenses of critical minerals. And like I said, the whole list of critical minerals, for Botswana, I think there are over 30. I can name them. We've got a list out there of critical minerals. We only mine the copper and of course copper and nickel. Yes, copper and nickel. We haven't touched any other critical mineral. So there is potential here. All investors come to Botswana, but start at BGI. Like I said, we have every data you can imagine about the resource. We have prospects that are very ready to be developed into mines. I happen to have been part of the development of the Karoo when it was coming. And of course, I spent years in the Botswana Rapa. I met her when she was studying, I think, a PhD. So thank you very much. But others, we have everything that we need to do. What is our role? Our role is to improve prospectivity in the country, like I've said. We also host, we are the custodian of all geoscience data you can imagine since 1948. what is our competitive advantage is that while there are hundreds of prospectors in the country, once they relinquish their prospecting license, it means that whole data goes to Botswana Geoscience. Late last year, we completed a 20 million NDP 11 project that was sponsored by the government. What we did, we didn't generate any new data. We took all prospecting that has happened in the northern Botswana. We recollected it and we identified an aerial extent of 90,000 square kilometers of mineral domains. And all of them are strategic and there was no copper in there. It was zinc, silver, iron. So we've got a whole suite of metals, northern Botswana. You just need a shovel and a dig. Wherever you dig, you're gonna hit either copper or nickel or silver in there. So that's how Botswana looks like. The other thing that I want to share, we have 25% of Botswana, the eastern side. I need to give some background, you probably saw it, but not understand it. 25% of Botswana is covered by rocks. We have exploited the rocks since 1948. 75% of the western Botswana is covered by sand. But there are rocks, similar rocks, that are on the eastern side. Of recent, we opened 3 mines on the western side. All our critical minerals are now sitting on the western side. And a good typical example is what now you are seeing the Zambian copper belts and the Congo belts. All those are the similar rocks that we have in Botswana. And I can confirm that we have tested and confirmed occurrences of those critical minerals on the western side of Botswana. How did we do it below the sand? We have technology that goes below 500 meters of sand. So Botswana is really the destination for future of mining. There's no way to go, just come to Botswana. Thank you.
Yeah, it's amazing that some people, I mean, we call them geoscientists, essentially they look at rocks. They get so excited about just looking at rocks and what can come out of it. I just want to give an opportunity to the audience and then we'll come back to the panel if we still have time to touch on other areas. But before I go there, I just want to go back to panel, just to go back to what we discussed earlier. And please, I would like you to also give an encouragement to investors, to the Botswana, especially the youth, where the ideas are there and they might actually be struggling. So what are the main challenges and innovations that you are facing in developing and applying your technology? And what will be your encouragement to the youth?
Yes. So first, a big challenge is always with new technologies when you replace an existing technology. And in our case, it's a century-old technology, meaning the manual polishing. And everyone knows that India is very successful in exploiting this technology and manufacturing locally. In the best time, there were 1.3 million polishers working in India. So there's always a certain resistance when you come with something new, with a new technology. This is one thing. And then the other thing is, polishing diamonds is not the most, let's say, funny occupation. Now with our technology, this changes totally. Instead of sitting day and from morning to the evening on a polishing bench and slowly removing diamond material with a diamond grinding wheel. Instead of this, now the future polisher will be a computer operator. So there's a computer, of course, connected to the machine, and you you program the machine through the computer, and it's much faster and it's much more interesting especially for young people to learn our technology, and you learn it quickly, and you can use the technology not only, by the way, for diamonds. There are other applications other markets where we already sell this type of machine, fully automatic laser cutting. So somehow you can say we have now, we are on the way to democratize the manufacturing, the midstream, with our technology. Now you can almost say everyone can do it. Of course you need capital, you need some funding, but then how to learn it, it becomes quite easy. And I think it's perfect for the country here that now wants to go into the manufacturing. I think the perfect response to jump to the newest technology that is now available, that is already proven. So there are people using it in various places in the world. And I think now you have to think here and establish large manufacturing, cutting and polishing hubs using the latest technologies and creating employment for young people that want to learn the latest manufacturing technology. And then even then you can imagine, once you have now added the polishing locally, you can even add the jewelry work after that. So we can imagine that they are micro and small companies, enterprises, that will take then the locally polished diamonds and mount them in a jewel and sell them through a digital sales platform, either, of course, as a polished stone to retailers. So in the future, Botswana will be directly in touch with retailers, not only with the foreign polishing companies. So I think a lot of changes will happen in the next few years.
Thank you. I would like to take this opportunity now, go to the members of audience. I hope there's somebody who's going to help with the mic, the roaming mic, and then, we'll give our panelists an opportunity to respond to those questions or comments. So is anybody with a mic? I see the gentleman out there, he raised his hand. Sorry, I don't know your name. Have you got the mic?
Good afternoon. Nathan speaking once again from Uhu Conservation Africa and Bamboo Travel and Lifestyle Group. I have a question that is multifaceted to three members of the panel here. But first, I'd like to start with the one from Mr. Cisco. Mr. Cisco mentioned opportunities of mining in places that are not really known as places of deposits, and he spoke of a place known as Kanya. I so happen to be a Mangwaketse and a descendant of the royal family from that side. So I'm trying to inquire, when you're speaking of manganese, are you directly addressing the Kwakwe Hill, which is currently being mined? And then part two of the question would stretch to Mrs. Nasima. Okay. Malaikum. Here we have a question. It says, are diamonds really forever? This is a question I like to pose because I specialize in marketing. And last time I checked, the whole phrase, diamonds are forever, was actually a marketing campaign used in America to mobilize Americans to purchase diamonds. Therefore, it led to what we now know as a beautiful economy of demand and supply. And then finally, I would like to address the question to Mr. Berno. Mr. Berno, I hear you crystal clear. We are trying to move forward. Forward we shall march, digitalization, all that. And you're going to be using machines. However, where do you draw the line between machine work and human work? Because last time I checked, this industry is based on craftsmanship. Every individual polisher or cutter adds their signature on a piece. Therefore, when we fit the set, cut stone and polished piece, it shall be complemented by the jewelry designer who's supposed to design the piece looking at its peculiar advantages. So where do you draw the line between digitalization, which means automation, where the machines can work day and night, which is the unique selling point, and creating employment, more especially for the youth, since this is a knowledge-intensive industry. I feel like we should be sharing skills and sharpening the youth to add the individual taste to the diamond scene. Therefore, we can get a higher return on investment. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nathan. I think there were 3 questions there. Let me give you my colleagues' opportunity to be able to respond, and then we'll go to other members of the audience. Who wants to start? I think the first one was to you, Cisco, around the opportunities that you referred to in the north and the manganese deposits that you referred to. Yeah.
No, thank you very much. No, I'm actually not referring to the current, it's actually not even mining, but bulk sampling that is happening in Kenya. But there have been, of recent, there have been exploration that has happened there, and they have discovered a big manganese, which we have the data, but it's owned by somebody else who are already doing the work to move into mining. So I would assume I can stop there.
Yeah.
But I think it will be announced when it's time to start mining the manganese. I think it's an ACAP affiliate.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I think before we go, Cisco, I would like you to just, in very simple terms, not now, before you go, just simplify what does it involve to get into exploration for people who are actually interested later on. Nasim, do you want to tackle the other one about diamond forever?
Diamonds are forever, just by the way. Brilliant marketing tool by De Beers. They probably didn't realize where they were going, but very good marketing tool, and I'll tell you why diamonds are forever. And I made a comment earlier on to Doc earlier on saying a diamond is forever, right? And I'm going to start off with just a simple example of why a diamond is forever. Firstly, let's start off with communities, ESG, right? We have the best provenance in the world, and we are one of the 4 countries in the world that thrive on ESG, right? Our diamonds, I have a Botswana diamond here. It empowers a child, a family, a community, and a nation, right? We are, the Botswana in this room here, are products of the diamond industry. And that's why I believe a diamond is forever. Because it has created generational wealth in our country. It has taken us from the poorest country in Africa to a middle-income country, and obviously we want to go further. So that's why it's forever. Thank you. And then secondly, this is now coming back to why they called this campaign what it is, the diamond is forever, is for those men in the room or for those ladies in the room that want to commemorate an important milestone in their life. Do you want to buy a synthetic diamond? No, because it was manufactured in an hour. Our diamonds take billions of years to grow in the earth. There's a story to tell there, and that is forever. And then coming back to the ESG, if you know what you've done to a community with that diamond, it will commemorate that special moment even better than a synthetic. So that's why I believe a diamond is forever. And it has nothing to do with the Americans, guy. Thank you.
Thank you, Nasim. Anybody else? The gentleman, oh yeah, you had your hands up, thank you.
Good afternoon to all in attendance. My name
Oh,
is,
sorry, Bernard wanted to respond to, yeah.
Very quickly, sorry. Yeah, so I suggest you should try to convince the youth here to learn manual polishing and to stay, I know, the whole life or part of their life, you know, in sitting on a polishing bench and doing this task, you know, the whole time. So I don't think you will be successful. But, you know, the new generation, they want to work with computers. They want to learn IT. And with our technology, it's through a computer. And you are much more efficient with our system. You have still a final touch of the stone is given by hand because you have to remove the laser coated, the laser generated black coating on the stone. So it's still, when you touch it, it's man-made, you can still say that. And then the planning becomes more important because the machine is somehow stupid. The machine just executes the plans. So you have to be very intelligent, very smart in planning the stone on the computer in 3D. And it's something that people like to do. And they see immediately the result of their work.
Thank you, Bernard. May I kindly ask that for those people that would like to comment or ask a question, just ask one question right now because you want to get different perspective into the room. Thank you.
okay, thank you once again. And greetings to all of those in attendance. My name is Koketso Bontlagale. I represent Bontla Farming Enterprises, and I'm also the recent award winner at the Botswana Youth Awards for Best Youth in Agriculture. So I stand here. So I stand here on behalf of my company's future endeavors and more especially for the youth. And I think I'll direct my question to Nasim, to Ms. Nasim, the doctor that just recently spoke, and Mr. Cisco. Mr. Cisco mentioned that there are over 30 critical minerals that haven't been mined, as well as 100+ years of opportunities of mining. And also with Nasim, this is where we will come in. Because I would now like to ask, as there will be such potential for mining, to integrate the agricultural sector, what opportunities will there now be available to look at in terms of land restoration and the biodiversity restoration that the youth can look forward to tapping into and preparing to restore the land that has been degraded through mining activities? Thank you.
Thank you, Koketso. Who would like to tackle that one? Patience? Who would like to, Cisco?
Thank you. I think mine is simple. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, we've got a variety of the minerals that we have, and I would like to also confirm that we, of recent, the past 2 years, we also did studies on carbonates and carbonatides, which also confirmed the potential for use in fertilizers. So I wouldn't say much on it, but as I said, BGI, we do collaborate. We're collaborating with B3, and we have done that work that suggested we could use most of the rocks we have in the central district for making fertilizers in farming. The second one is then we also, of course, have what we call industrial minerals, which will have all the different uses that you can imagine in agriculture and basic household items that you require to make, either in the form of sand, paving stones or tiles, or all these are all opportunities that are available for youth, and they can be accessed free of charge by providing the data that underpins that exploration. So thank you. They are already explored. You just have to identify where you want to go, do now the economics of mining those out, and to go for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Cisco. Maybe just to add that before we even get to beneficiation, one of the things that you can get from Botswana Geoscience is that there is information where you can have indications of where potential minerals are looking. You can even zoom on critical minerals only, so that when you start the work, you don't start blindly. Mpo? Yeah.
Yeah, afternoon, everyone. My name is Richard. I represent Letshego Holdings. I'm a risk governance and sustainability practitioner. So my question follows through the response that Ms. Nassim shared with us in relation to sustainability, and I appreciate the collaborative work you do with the Botswana in this regard. So my follow-up question to you is, given what we have been told about the sheer size of mining and potential myriad number of players that may come, do you think it is the right time that you convert the collaboration you have now into industry-wide commitments and statements of sustainability for the country? So it ceases being a nice-to-do peer collaboration into an industry-wide commitment to sustainability for the country to solve for those who are coming in future.
Thank you, Richard.
Question, yeah. So I'm gonna answer your question, but in a roundabout way, if that's okay. And the reason that I'm gonna do that is because we all understand what the UN Sustainable Goals are, right? As a country, we've subscribed to it, and individually as companies, we have as well. And if you run your organization looking at those sustainable goals, automatically you are pledging to a sustainable operation. One of the things that said earlier on, or maybe not said, Dr. Mpofu said, is responsible and sustainable mining, right, as an example. That is exactly who we are in the industry. We mine responsibly to ensure that we have a sustainable country. And I'm gonna take what you've just said and come back to your question, right? And in terms of your question is, how do we help young farmers going forward, right? I'm gonna market Lucara Botswana right now, and I'm gonna come back to the sustainability question. We run, out of the 17 sustainability goals, we've picked 10. And any decision that we make in our organization run around those 10 sustainable development goals, right? It's all about the ESG, and inherently as an organization and as a country, we ensure that when we mine safely. So when our employees come, they leave exactly the way they came, with 2 legs, 2 hands, 10 toes, and 10 fingers, and everything intact, right? So safety is key, right? And that's sustainability. Secondly, we make sure that whatever we mine it sustainably and responsibly, coming back to your comment. And why do we say responsibly and sustainably? Responsibly in the sense that when we do end the life of mine, that our communities are actually empowered by the time we're done. So coming back to the farming question, right now is Lucara Botswana, and many organizations are doing this. We've actually diversified into farming. We're not farmers, right? We are miners. But what we do really well as miners is we add to the value chain of mining, but none of us have actually added to the sustainability or diversity that the country wants to see. And what we have done is taking the SDGs, we have now gone into food security. We're diversifying. If you look at many of the projects that we do, one of our flagship projects called Mukubilo, they actually call it the green diamond of the area in the Butete region. Because we're diversifying, we're going to agriculture, and it doesn't matter what form of, whether it be horticulture or small livestock, whatever it is, we do business cases as normal businesses do, and understand what comes out of those business cases, and focus on those areas of agriculture or horticulture, whatever it is in terms of a sustainability perspective, from a diversification perspective as well. So to get corporates to come in and sign off on a document means nothing. It has to be inherent in the DNA of the operation. And that is through, well, with Lucara, it's through our sustainable development goals and the policies and procedures that we have within the company. And as a mining institution, and I'm putting my head on the block here for all the mining institutions that we have in Botswana, we mine responsibly and sustainably. And what does that mean? It means to empower our employees, our stakeholders being the community, the government, and whoever else lives in the area that we're in, to ensure that we have a town or a village that doesn't become a ghost town when the mine closes down. And that's all about sustainability, right? So for me to go off and say, I'm going to pledge X amount of this here through a corporate social investment project, that doesn't work because that's not sustainable. It has to be inherent in the DNA of the organization. So that's why I said, I'm so sorry, I'm going to answer you in a roundabout way, but I think it has to be inherent in the policies of the company, and it shouldn't be just a sign-off on a document. Thank you.
Thank you, Nasim. Mpho, and then I'll come back to the panel. Just to conclude. Mpho, anybody from that side? Oh, okay, Me.
My question is to Nasim. We all know as Botswana that Botswana is just beef and diamonds. And that's us. Every Botswana knows beef. Is there a possibility of some diamond museum for somebody like me who's eating tandabala to be able to see a diamond before I die? Thank you.
Thanks for the question, but I believe you could have seen the diamonds today, right? Were they not at the expo? Yeah. So before you die, just go across and you'll be able to see a diamond. Yeah. But talking about the museum, I believe that through the museum in Gaborone and in collaboration with Botswana and other mining companies, they, DTCB. Yeah. Actually, Seth is more qualified to talk to this one than I am. There is a museum in the pipeline. It's actually going to be in the museum. So you will see stuff, but you're not going to see a real diamond. You'll see a replica. But if you want to see a real diamond, I think go across to the expo. They're over there. Thank you.
Well, I mean, I come from a diamond trading company, Botswana. I lead that organization. And one of the commitments that I can make to you today is that we are opening doors for Botswana to be able to see and touch diamonds. Not only that, but to also learn and be able to know the basics of diamonds. So that when you talk about diamond beneficiation, when you talk about Botswana getting into the diamond beneficiation sector, at least they know what they're talking about. So I can give you that commitment. We'll be able to see it before you die. All right. Now, I just want to, before we run out of time, so that we get a couple of minutes before the next session, I just want to go back to the panel. Earlier on, when we started, I spoke about one of the primary aims from the mineral policy, about creating a conducive environment for women participation in the mineral sector. Now, I'm expressing my personal opinion. I think for me, sustainability also means inclusive participation. Now, the question to the panelists, just your opinion, how can we create that conducive environment for women participation in the mineral sector? Anybody free to answer? Who wants to tackle that?
No, thank you. I can take it. And like I said, I've been in mining for 99% of my career, and I think we just all need to start and believe that women and of course people living with disabilities, they have the ability. We have shown it in mining, different mines. I can imagine all the way, Venetia, all the mines that at least I've passed through. So for me, it's possible. And also in a work environment, they also, now my opinion, they bring diversity in the workplace in terms of diverse views and probably fresh thinking in most of the time. And I'm also happy to say I'm with my team here. It's 100% ladies. They are holding all the information that everyone will need here from BGI today. Thank you.
Thank you. Just the final words from Nasim, you wanted to comment on that? You can also have your final words, please.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Just on diversity, so for those who know me, I'm the first Botswana female to run a diamond mining company. It happened too late, okay? It happened too late. In my career, it happened 17 years after I pursued the managing director role, right? 17 years it took me to get to where I want to be. I think with what we're doing right now and the policy changes that we've made, we are setting the platform for other women to come through and have a diverse workforce, right? And it's the fact that people have seen me at the helm. I'm an accountant by profession. Seth actually said on my profile, I think you should eliminate accountant. But the reason that we sometimes put accountant in there, because he says I'm more than that, and that's true. The reason that I put accountant sometimes is to get the message across that you don't have to be extremely technical to run a diamond mining operation, right? So all my life I heard that I was not technical enough, right? And here I am. And coming back to Seth's words again, I run a very dynamic operation. I mean, we've broken records. We're the only mine in the world right now that has extracted 4 stones in excess of 1,000 carats. I run that mine, right, as a woman. So for those who do not set the platform, sorry, that boat has sailed, right? In my organization, we've made bold, bold moves for women, as well as men, right? Because we have progressive men in our organization. So in as much as I do for the women, I have to do for the men as well. We have a 6-month maternity policy, full pay, right? Right? So we have to make those bold decisions. And coming back to government policy, we don't need to wait for the government. We can take the lead. And lastly said, sorry, I can go on forever here. I always say this to my team, and for my team that are here, I'm so sorry, close your ears. We've always been invited to a party as women. We've always been at Exco, always. In an Exco team, you'll see women in HR, you'll see women in finance, and all the admin functionalities, right? In many mining operations, I'll talk specifically mining, in many mining operations, you'll never see a female at the helm, right? Right now, in our organization, we say women lead. Why? Because we are inclusive. We actually call those women to the dance floor to dance with us. Because you can be invited to a party, but not be part of that party. In our organization, you are part of that party. And lastly, again, said, sorry, I do apologize. Lastly, diversity adds 20% immediately on your bottom line the minute you're a diversified organization, and 200% on your profit line. So there you go. Be diverse.
I think to the other panel members, unfortunately, you only have 30 seconds now.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, please. Yeah, and
Because
your concluding remarks, please. Yeah.
If I don't say this, then I will have done a disservice.
Okay.
So I'm a very advocate for women in mining, and I am glad that my colleague, a role model, and I think what she said, being deliberate and having the policies and making sure you drive. Can you see visibility? I wrote a book called Unleashing My Superpowers. So I was sharing my story of how I navigated the male-dominated industry to get to C-suite, right? We need more girls. And if we encourage them, if we see any women here, they see women standing here, visibility is super important. But most importantly, the policies should be supportive of having more women in mining. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc. Bernard, concluding remarks, yeah?
Yeah, one final word I would like to add. We have heard this morning that more than 80% of your export is diamond. So, and the corresponding business is around $8 billion. And we believe now with adding value through manufacturing, you can add a few billions now of additional value in the country by automated cutting and polishing locally.
Thank you, Bernard. Oti, concluding remarks, your last words.
Thank you very much. We obviously didn't have enough time, but in terms of our business, there's a lot of opportunity for beneficiation, and that's what I want to talk to. Currently, from the raw material side, we are only extracting 2 of the potential chemicals that we can derive. But we have been working on processes, developing processes, to be able to extract others. Like potash, you talked about fertilizers earlier, so like potash, like sodium sulfate. So those processes we have developed. I think what is important now talking to the European Union right now is that As you develop these processes and with the challenges that Europe is going through, the cost of equipment, if you are acquiring it from outside, and most likely from Europe, is very high. So perhaps through the partnership going forward, the technology transfer and the transition in terms of manufacturing of equipment, if it were to come to Africa, especially specifically to Botswana, it will actually make it cheaper for equipment to be put in the processes like the ones that we have, and enable the potential for further beneficiation of the minerals that we've been talking to. So that's what I will just urge. Thank you.
Thank you, Oti. And Gerrit, your last word, please.
Thank you, Sid. So we've heard today that diamonds are forever. The issue, though, I would think, is whether diamond demand will last forever. To come back to what the gentleman there with the Royal Heritage said, or alluded to, is the fact that there are some trends. The fact that younger people, few of them are marrying, they are marrying later. Certain populations, such as Europe and China, are facing population decline over the next 20 years. And they are also big or consumers of diamonds, rather. So all of these trends makes the outlook for diamonds a bit negative, I would say. And that, coming back to his point of diamonds, being or accounting for at least about 80% of exports, this underscores the fact that that we need diversification in Botswana, and critical minerals is one of that ways that we can diversify Botswana's exports. And just the final point I would like to make is the best way that we could do this is through regional cooperation. Everybody now in the region wants to build a giga factory to make batteries for electronic vehicles. All the countries in the region have minerals to do this, but the issue is that a gigafactory costs billions of dollars to make and requires lots of skills, lots of water and energy, like I said, high skills. Through regional cooperation, countries can share their skills, they can share financing, they can reduce the risk to develop gigafactories or even processing of other critical minerals into higher value exports. That would be the best way to do this, in my opinion.
Thank you, Cisco. 30 seconds, please. I really, if you can just touch, how can we reach out to you to get more information, please?
Okay, thank you. We actually have a virtual stall outside there.
Okay.
And it will be available tomorrow as well. If there are any targeted presentations that the audience wants, we are free to give those presentations. Thank you.
All right, let me just end by saying, firstly, thank you, the audience, for being here the whole afternoon. And I would like to encourage you to continue asking questions. Sometimes they sound like difficult questions. You have the right to be able to do that. You have the right to be able to challenge us for sustainable growth of this industry and this country. Now, I also would like to say, having listened to the panelists and also the questions that are coming from you, is that we have work to do. But my appeal to everyone around the room and anybody who's listening out there, as a country, we need action. Can we just make sure that we do things? And we do things and there's a positive impact. So that would be my appeal to you. My commitment to you, as I said, I come from DTC Botswana. One of our primary purpose is to unlock diamond value. And when we unlock diamond value, the impact in the communities is actually huge. And think of communities in the broad sense. Communities in terms of Botswana and community's interests, ultimately their customers, even those who put on the bling bling. So that's what we need to do. So what I heard today, really, you will agree with me that there was a lot of passion. And with that passion, let's see action. And from action, we are going to face challenges, and we are facing challenges. Part of that, of being successful, is also resilience with those actions, and that's great. So let me conclude by saying thank you so much. Have a blessed afternoon. Let's change the journey and the trajectory of this country. Thank you so much.
Dumelang and welcome to Botswana Kabula. Botswana, the essence of stability. We invite you to explore the spirit of strength and witness its profound impact on our people and the world. Our doors are always open for business in a safe, secure, peaceful and thriving environment. This peace and tranquility allows our people to express themselves freely, fostering a society of diverse ideas and opinions. Our people are ready and waiting to host you with beaming smiles and enchanting song and dance. Driven by our rich history and cultural heritage, we are proud to share our stories with the world. Every narrative, every challenge, every effort, whether good or bad, shapes our collective identity. The beautiful, colorful, and alluring landscapes of Botswana welcome you. In this stable and majestic atmosphere, we safeguard our natural resources, preserving some of the world's most unique physical features. The sheer harmony between our people and nature is a testament to the sustainability and balance we strive to maintain for future generations. Come and meet the right business partners and investors to diversify and expand. Set up your investment in Botswana and leverage on Botswana's proximity to the wider Southern African market. Our interconnected road, rail networks, coupled with bespoke infrastructural developments, make it easy for you to open shop, network, and trade in Botswana. These serve our economy and benefit our citizens positively, fueling economic growth and social progress. It is through reliable, stable governance and steadfast vision that we transform all our aspirations into tangible achievements. In a quest to make our country conducive for meetings, conferencing, and multi-sectoral tourism hub, we are more than ready to welcome the world to our shores. We invite you to be part of this remarkable African story, to witness the realization of the promises made and dreams fulfilled. Together, let us forge ahead, shaping a brighter future that is grounded in peace and harmony. This is Botswana, our pride, your destination. Dumelang and welcome to Botswana Kabula. Botswana, the essence of stability. We invite you to explore the spirit of strength and witness its profound impact on our people and the world. Our doors are always open for business in a safe, secure, peaceful, and thriving environment. This peace and tranquility allows our people to express themselves freely, fostering a society of diverse ideas and opinions. Our people are ready and waiting to host you with beaming smiles and enchanting song and dance. Driven by our rich history and cultural heritage, we are proud to share our stories with the world. Every narrative, every challenge, every effort, whether good or bad, shapes our collective identity. The beautiful, colorful, and alluring landscapes of Botswana welcome you. In this stable and majestic atmosphere, we safeguard our natural resources, preserving some of the world's most unique physical features. The sheer harmony between our people and nature is a testament to the sustainability and balance we strive to maintain for future generations. Come and meet the right business partners and investors to diversify and expand. Set up your investment in Botswana and leverage on Botswana's proximity to the wider Southern African market. Our interconnected road, rail networks, coupled with bespoke infrastructural developments, make it easy for you to open shop, network, and trade in Botswana. These serve our economy and benefit our citizens positively, fueling economic growth and social progress. It is through reliable, stable governance and steadfast vision that we transform all our aspirations into tangible achievements. In a quest to make our country conducive for meetings, conferencing, and multi-sectoral tourism hub, we are more than ready to welcome the world to our shores. We invite you to be part of this remarkable African story, to witness the realization of the promises made and dreams fulfilled. Together, let us forge ahead, shaping a brighter future that is grounded in peace and harmony. This is Botswana, our pride, your destination. Dumelang and welcome to Botswana Kabula. Botswana, the essence of stability. We invite you to explore the spirit of strength and witness its profound impact on our people and the world. Our doors are always open for business in a safe, secure, peaceful, and thriving environment. This peace and tranquility allows our people to express themselves freely, fostering a society of diverse ideas and opinions. Our people are ready and waiting to host you with beaming smiles and enchanting song and dance. Driven by our rich history and cultural heritage, we are proud to share our stories with the world. Every narrative, every challenge, every effort, whether good or bad, shapes our collective identity. The beautiful, colorful, and alluring landscapes of Botswana welcome you. In this stable and majestic atmosphere, we safeguard our natural resources, preserving some of the world's most unique physical features. The sheer harmony between our people and nature is a testament to the sustainability and balance we strive to maintain for future generations. Come and meet the right business partners and investors to diversify and expand. Set up your investment in Botswana and leverage on Botswana's proximity to the wider Southern African market. Our interconnected road, rail networks, coupled with bespoke infrastructural developments, make it easy for you to open shop, network, and trade in Botswana. These serve our economy and benefit our citizens positively, fueling economic growth and social progress. It is through reliable, stable governance and steadfast vision that we transform all our aspirations into tangible achievements. In a quest to make our country conducive for meetings, conferencing, and multi-sectoral tourism hub, we are more than ready to welcome the world to our shores. We invite you to be part of this remarkable African story, to witness the realization of the promises made and dreams fulfilled. Together, let us forge ahead, shaping a brighter future that is grounded in peace and harmony. This is Botswana, our pride, your destination. Dumelang and welcome to Botswana Kabula. Botswana, the essence of stability. We invite you to explore the spirit of strength and witness its profound impact on our people and the world. Our doors are always open for business in a safe, secure, peaceful, and thriving environment. This peace and tranquility allows our people to express themselves freely, fostering a society of diverse ideas and opinions. Our people are ready and waiting to host you with beaming smiles and enchanting song and dance. Driven by our rich history and cultural heritage, we are proud to share our stories with the world. Every narrative, every challenge, every effort, whether good or bad, shapes our collective identity. The beautiful, colorful, and alluring landscapes of Botswana welcome you. In this stable and majestic atmosphere, we safeguard our natural resources, preserving some of the world's most unique physical features. The sheer harmony between our people and nature is a testament to the sustainability and balance we strive to maintain for future generations. Come and meet the right business partners and investors to diversify and expand. Set up your investment in Botswana and leverage on Botswana's proximity to the wider Southern African market. Our interconnected road, rail networks, coupled with bespoke infrastructural developments, make it easy for you to open shop, network, and trade in Botswana. These serve our economy and benefit our citizens positively, fueling economic growth and social progress. It is through reliable, stable governance and steadfast vision that we transform all our aspirations into tangible achievements. In a quest to make our country conducive for meetings, conferencing, and multi-sectoral tourism hub, we are more than ready to welcome the world to our shores. We invite you to be part of this remarkable African story, to witness the realization of the promises made and dreams fulfilled. Together, let us forge ahead, shaping a brighter future that is grounded in peace and harmony. This is Botswana, our pride, your destination. Dumelang and welcome to Botswana Kabula. Botswana, the essence of stability. We invite you to explore the spirit of strength and witness its profound impact on our people and the world. Our doors are always open for business in a safe, secure, peaceful, and thriving environment. This peace and tranquility allows our people to express themselves freely, fostering a society of diverse ideas and opinions. Our people are ready and waiting to host you with beaming smiles and enchanting song and dance. Driven by our rich history and cultural heritage, we are proud to share our stories with the world. Every narrative, every challenge, every effort, whether good or bad, shapes our collective identity. The beautiful, colorful, and alluring landscapes of Botswana welcome you. In this stable and majestic atmosphere, we safeguard our natural resources, preserving some of the world's most unique physical features. The sheer harmony between our people and nature is a testament to the sustainability and balance we strive to maintain for future generations. Come and meet the right business partners and investors to diversify and expand. Set up your investment in Botswana and leverage on Botswana's proximity to the wider Southern African market. Our interconnected road, rail networks, coupled with bespoke infrastructural developments, make it easy for you to open shop, network, and trade in Botswana. These serve our economy and benefit our citizens positively, fueling economic growth and social progress. It is through reliable, stable governance and steadfast vision that we transform all our aspirations into tangible achievements. In a quest to make our country conducive for meetings, conferencing, and multi-sectoral tourism hub, we are more than ready to welcome the world to our shores. We invite you to be part of this remarkable African story, to witness the realization of the promises made and dreams fulfilled. Together, let us forge ahead, shaping a brighter future that is grounded in peace and harmony. This is Botswana, our pride, your destination. Dumelang and welcome to Botswana Kabula. Botswana, the essence of stability. We invite you to explore the spirit of strength and witness its profound impact on our people and the world. Our doors are always open for business in a safe, secure, peaceful, and thriving environment. This peace and tranquility allows our people to express themselves freely, fostering a society of diverse ideas and opinions. Our people are ready and waiting to host you with beaming smiles and enchanting song and dance. Driven by our rich history and cultural heritage, we are proud to share our stories with the world. Every narrative, every challenge, every effort, whether good or bad, shapes our collective identity. The beautiful, colorful, and alluring landscapes of Botswana welcome you. In this stable and majestic atmosphere, we safeguard our natural resources, preserving some of the world's most unique physical features. The sheer harmony between our people and nature is a testament to the sustainability and balance we strive to maintain for future generations. Come and meet the right business partners and investors to diversify and expand. Set up your investment in Botswana and leverage on Botswana's proximity to the wider Southern African market. Our interconnected road, rail networks, coupled with bespoke infrastructural developments, make it easy for you to open shop, network, and trade in Botswana. These serve our economy and benefit our citizens positively, fueling economic growth and social progress. It is through reliable, stable governance and steadfast vision that we transform all our aspirations into tangible achievements. In a quest to make our country conducive for meetings, conferencing, and multi-sectoral tourism hub, we are more than ready to welcome the world to our shores. We invite you to be part of this remarkable African story, to witness the realization of the promises made and dreams fulfilled. Together, let us forge ahead, shaping a brighter future that is grounded in peace and harmony. This is Botswana, our pride, your destination. Dumelang and welcome to Botswana Kabula. Botswana, the essence of stability. We invite you to explore the spirit of strength and witness its profound impact on our people and the world. Our doors are always open for business in a safe, secure, peaceful, and thriving environment. This peace and tranquility allows our people to express themselves freely, fostering a society of diverse ideas and opinions. Our people are ready and waiting to host you with beaming smiles and enchanting song and dance. Driven by our rich history and cultural heritage, we are proud to share our stories with the world. Every narrative, every challenge, every effort, whether good or bad, shapes our collective identity. The beautiful, colorful, and alluring landscapes of Botswana welcome you. In this stable and majestic atmosphere, we safeguard our natural resources, preserving some of the world's most unique physical features. The sheer harmony between our people and nature is a testament to the sustainability and balance we strive to maintain for future generations. Come and meet the right business partners and investors to diversify and expand. Set up your investment in Botswana and leverage on Botswana's proximity to the wider Southern African market. Our interconnected road, rail networks, coupled with bespoke infrastructural developments, make it easy for you to open shop, network, and trade in Botswana. These serve our economy and benefit our citizens positively, fueling economic growth and social progress. It is through reliable, stable governance and steadfast vision that we transform all our aspirations into tangible achievements. In a quest to make our country conducive for meetings, conferencing, and multi-sectoral tourism hub, we are more than ready to welcome the world to our shores. We invite you to be part of this remarkable African story, to witness the realization of the promises made and dreams fulfilled. Together, let us forge ahead, shaping a brighter future that is grounded in peace and harmony. This is Botswana, our pride, your destination. Dumelang and welcome to Botswana Kabula. Botswana, the essence of stability. We invite you to explore the spirit of strength and witness its profound impact on our people and the world. Our doors are always open for business in a safe, secure, peaceful, and thriving environment. This peace and tranquility allows our people to express themselves freely, fostering a society of diverse ideas and opinions. Our people are ready and waiting to host you with beaming smiles and enchanting song and dance. Driven by our rich history and cultural heritage, we are proud to share our stories with the world. Every narrative, every challenge, every effort, whether good or bad, shapes our collective identity. The beautiful, colorful, and alluring landscapes of Botswana welcome you. In this stable and majestic atmosphere, we safeguard our natural resources, preserving some of the world's most unique physical features. The sheer harmony between our people and nature is a testament to the sustainability and balance we strive to maintain for future generations. Come and meet the right business partners and investors to diversify and expand. Set up your investment in Botswana and leverage on Botswana's proximity to the wider Southern African market. Our interconnected road, rail networks, coupled with bespoke infrastructural developments, make it easy for you to open shop, network, and trade in Botswana. These serve our economy and benefit our citizens positively, fueling economic growth and social progress. It is through